All right, friends, now let us dive into one of the most important but often overlooked topic in HRD, that is HRD culture and climate. Now, what exactly do we mean by climate in an organization? Is it about whether office has fans or AC? Is it? No. It is all about how an organization feels on the inside. Imagine you're walking into an office, okay, and you see all the people around you are smiling, they're greeting each other, they're greeting each other or greeting you warmly. You can see that people are helping each other out, they're attending regular trainings, managers are actually listening to your ideas. You feel warm, you feel calm, you feel wow, right? That is a good HRD climate. The HRD climate simply refers to the atmosphere or the vibe in an organization which supports human resource development. It is like the overall environment that encourages people to learn, grow, get better at their jobs, and feel motivated. It is not something which happens by accident. It is shaped by leadership styles, company values, and internal policies. Just like how a good biryani needs the right mix of spices, a good HRD climate needs the right mix of culture, support, as well as systems. So, it includes the culture, the daily practices, how employees interact, how decisions are made, and whether people feel respected and supported. So, basically, it is the internal environment which affects the employees' cooperation, development, as well as satisfaction. And this climate exists, whether it is written down in the HR policy or not, or you simply just feel it informally in day to day interactions, doesn't matter, but there is climate. When we talk about the culture, we are looking at the shared values, the beliefs, and systems in an organization which support human development. This includes training programs, mentorships, leadership approaches, growth opportunities, and all these things. If HRD climate is the feel of the organization, then HRD culture is like the DNA of the company. It tells you what the company truly believes in. So, if an organization values learning and innovation, then it is going to have regular workshops, career paths, and even freedom to fail and learn without getting scolded like a school kid. Now, you might wonder how this HRD climate is different from an organizational climate, right? We have two terms here, HRD climate and organizational climate. How is it different? If you did have that question, then good. Organization climate is like the bigger picture, okay? It includes everything from communication and teamwork to leadership and structure. But HRD climate is like a part of this organization culture. It is focused only on the growth and development and learning of these employees. Think of organization climate as your full thali, okay, or full sadhya, or your full south meal, rice, sambar, papadam, pickle, all these things. And HR climate is like the mini meal. Maybe it will have payasam, right? Uh, it and rice and some basic curries. Whatever is just essential for a satisfying experience. That is HRD climate. So, what are the key elements of HRD climate? There are mainly three key elements of every HRD climate. First is the general climate, which is all about how much value the management actually places on HRD climate. Do they care about training? Are they investing in people's careers? If yes, then the general climate is strong. The second element is called as octapac culture. Okay, O stands for openness. Let me write it down. Openness, confrontation, trust, autonomy, proactivity, authenticity, and collaboration. OCTAPAC, octapac culture. Basically, this is a fancy way of saying that people should feel free to express themselves, like take initiative and work together respectively. respectfully. When Octopack is strong, employees are not scared to speak up, managers act more like mentors, and the whole workplace becomes a learning hub instead of a stress zone. The third and final element of HRD climate is HRD mechanism. These are the actual systems that are in place, like the training programs or performance appraisals and career planning and things like that. Think of them as the tools which HR uses to make development happen. Without these mechanisms, even the best intentions will just be mere talks. So now you might be asking yourself, or you might be asking me, how do we actually measure this HRD climate? Well, it is usually done in a very structured way, through some sort of a survey, and no, not like the WhatsApp forwards asking for your birthstone or WhatsApp polls and all, but a serious questionnaire is given to managers at different levels. It has 38 items which cover three dimensions. All these three dimensions that we just now discussed, and each item in this questionnaire is rated on a 1 to 5 scale. Once everybody responds, the scores will be averaged to get the organization's HRD climate score. Then, through something called as factor analysis, we will check if these questions are truly capturing the three core dimensions. If the answer is yes, then the measurement is considered valid. Now, are you curious to know about how this HRD climate is happening in Indian organizations? Then I want you to know that sometime back a major survey was done with responses from around 200, 2006, 2,673 people across 52 Indian organizations. And the result was that the average HRD climate is just 54%. That is like scoring 27 out of 50 in an internal test. Just pass marks, right? So, this shows that many Indian organizations still have a long way to go in building a strong HRD climate within themselves. And this survey has helped identify where companies are doing well and where they actually have to level up, like focusing more on training or improving openness in culture. So, what are the actual contributors of this HRD climate? You might be wondering, right? So, first and foremost, it is top management's style and managerial style and philosophy. If the boss believes in his people or her people, encourages their ideas, promotes learning, then we can think that the half of the battle is won. The second factor is personal policies. Do the personal policies of the organization, does it promote work? Does it promote work life balance? Does it promote development? Does it promote fair chances? It affects HRD climate. Then we have training system. These should not be just yearly formalities. We should not limit these training systems, training programs as yearly formalities, but we should make sure that they are real opportunities for skill building. And finally, the attitudes of HRD staff and employees also matter a lot. If the HR team is supportive, if and employees are open to growth, then the climate becomes positive. Naturally, it will become positive. So to sum it up, a healthy HRD climate isn't about installing some ping pong tables or giving out free coffee. Although I must say they do help. They do help. But it is all about building an environment where people feel supported to grow, can take initiative, and contribute meaningfully. When that happens, the organization just doesn't succeed, right? It will thrive. So remember this for your exams and maybe even for your future HR career. HRD climate is not something you can see, but it's definitely something that you can feel. And when that climate is good, you will see that everybody around you, including yourself, are growing. Employees, teams, and even the whole of organization. Okay, so that is it about Unit 8. Until I catch you in the next session, thank you so much. Happy learning.